Hello and welcome again. In this video, we will talk about logical operators. In the previous video, we talked about relational operators. Relational operators are like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So these were the one that we were talking about. But now in the logical operators, we'll talk about and, or, not. Okay. Now keep in mind, if we have and, then both values, for example, A and B, if we are checking these two values, then both values must be true, then the result will be true. If one of them, if both are false, is false. If one of them is false, the condition, the result will be false. See, if one of them is false, the result will be false. Now with the or, at least one should be true. Okay, if both are false, then it is false. No doubt about it. But if one is true, the result will be true. You see that? If one is true, then result will be true. The not operators is like, if it is false, the not will make it true. So basically, this is reversing the condition. If it is true, the not true will become false. So yeah, let's see some examples. So as we mentioned before, if you have using and, then both condition on the right and the left must be true to become true. Anyone false, both result on the both side must be true to become true, and anyone is false is false. So for example, now let's see, we have x is equal to 7, okay, and y is equal to 9. And I say, okay, x is bigger than 0. Yeah, looks like condition is true. 7 is bigger than 0. And now I'm putting and. I believe I should be using small n. Huh? And y is less than 10. Y is less than 10. 9 is so yeah, this condition is true and this condition is true. The result should be true. Okay. Now if I say x is bigger than 0 and y is bigger than 5. Y is bigger than 5. How is that? So x7 is bigger than 0 and 9 is bigger than 5. Okay, the condition is true. I should get true. In case x is bigger than y, sorry, x is bigger than 0 and y is less than 5. Now, this condition is true and 9 is less than 5. This is false. So if one condition is false, the result should be false and we get the false result. So this was and now we are talking about or. Now, this or at least one must be true. Okay? Either all should be true or at least one should be true. So for example, again, we'll come with the same example. I can just clear this one. So x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 9. And now I'll check for if x is less than 0. Sorry, x is less than 0. For sure, this condition is 7 is less than 0 is false, or y is bigger than 10. So 9 is bigger than 10. This is false. So this is false and this is false. So if both are false, the result should be false. Okay. So if I say, okay, x is bigger than 0 or y is bigger than 10. Now, if you see 7 is bigger than 0, this is true, or 9 is bigger than 10, this is false. But one should be true to become true because we have an or, so at least one should be true to become true. And this is okay, and we got true result. Now, if I say, so this gives me the result true. Is it okay? So if I bring this statement back and I put not before, okay? Not before, and I put bracket here and I put bracket at the end. So this result is true, okay? As we have seen here, the result is true, and this not will make not true, it will make it false. You see that? So not will reverse the answer. So if you go for the previous one, which is x is bigger than 0 or y is bigger than 10, sorry, this one, x is less than 0, which is false, or y is greater than 10, which is also false. So both are false, huh? So what I can do is I can put not before. So not false will become true. So the not will basically flip the value, flip the result. And this will help you in writing condition that check for multiple things at once. Okay. Now, so for example, we have some couple of more examples. So x is 7 and y is 9. So if I say not x is less than 0. So 7 is less than 0 is false. Not false will become true. Okay. And if I say x is bigger than 0, 7 is bigger than 0, yes, it is true. And not true will become false. Okay. So that is it. Now, Boolean and logical operators. So Boolean is a value that is either true or false. We can store these values into a variable. So if I say 4 is less than 3, the answer should be false. Okay. So what I can do is I can store this false in a variable b. So 4 is less than 3, the answer should be false. The false should go to the b. Now if I say print b, I should get false. So that is how you can hold the value into a variable. You can give a value directly as well, okay? You can say C is equal to true and say print C. So either you can directly give a value or you can give the value like this. Okay, now we are looking for relational operators and logical operators. So this is my relational operator and this is my logical operator. So they are working together now. So let's try. I have age is equal to 19, days is equal to 7, and user character is equal to Q. So we have 3 values. Now, I will be using AND. So what I'm going to say, age is bigger than 16 and age is less than 25. Okay. So 19 is bigger than 16 and 19 is less than 25. Both the conditions are true. I should get answer should be true. Okay, because both the conditions are true. Now, if I say age is greater than 16, okay, and age, day Okay, we'll go for the other one. The day is greater than 10. Now, 7, so here, sorry, days. Age is 19 is greater than 16, yes. 7 is greater than 10, no, false. So 1 is false, the result will be false. Okay, like here, the second condition is false, so that is why the result is false. Now let's try the same thing with the or. So if I say age is bigger than 16 and or days is greater than 10, answer should be, okay, 19 is bigger than 16, yes. So one is true, the other should be, the total result should be true. Day 7 is bigger than 10, no, false. So if one is true, the result should be true. Let's try that. There you go. The result is true. Not will definitely make it false. So for example, if I say not, days is bigger than 10. So 7 is bigger than 10. No, false. So not false will become true. So I got the result true. Okay. So similarly, I can say not age is bigger than 60. 19 is bigger than 16. True, not true will become false. So that is how, similarly, we have user check, user character is equal to Q. So user character is equal to Q. It is true, not true will make it false. Huh? Not true will make it false. User character is A. Now Q is equal to A. No, it is false. Not false will make it true. So that is how you can practice. Okay, now we have to detect the range. Okay, and here again we can use the comparison operators, and we can use the logical operators. So we have two types of ranges. We have explicit range and we can have implicitly ranges. So we can have two types of. So we check whether the range, which range a number is in. So let's talk about explicit range. So in the explicit range, we check both sides of the range. We check for 90 and we check for the 100. We check for 70 and we check for the 89. So we check both sides. So for example, this is my explicit example. Huh? So I say if x is greater than 90, if x is greater than 90 and x is less than 100, you see that? I'm checking both. This means x is more than 90 and x is less than 100. So if we check both sides, that is what we call explicit uh, checking, explicit range checking. So these are my grades. Okay, the marks is 90, more than 90, and marks is less than 100. I will give A, and similarly, if it is between 70 and 89, then it should be B, and 50 and 69 should be C, and 0 to 50 should be fail or something like that. So we can try this range. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just write a program here. I can say, okay, M is equal to, for example, I have a marks of 75. Then I can check my marks if my marks is greater than 9 or greater than or equal to 90. It doesn't matter. You can check with a greater than sign or equal sign if you're it's okay. And M is less than or equal to 100. Okay, then I say print A. Else if M is greater than equal to 70 and m is less than or equal to 89. And because 90 is already covered, that's why we are using 89. And I say print B. Else if m is greater than or equal to 50, it should be here. It should be 49, because 50 is already taken care here, so it should be 49. So is 50 and m is less than or equal to 69, because 70 is already been taken care here, and the print C. Else I'll say print F. Okay. So with the 75, it should print B, because it is more than 75 and it is less than 89 as well. So let's run it. Running program is like execute function, open function, dot read function. And in the open, I have to say my 04.py, and I got B. Do you see that? So I can clear the program, clear the screen here. And I can change the value to 50 or 40, something like that. So I should get F grade. If it is like 55, if it is like 55, I can execute the program again. I got C. If it is like, if I have like 91 or 90, basically, so it should print A, because 90 is equal to 90, condition is true, and it's less than 100. So that is how, so this is what we call explicit. So we have relational operators and we have logical operators, and we are checking the both range, the lower range and the higher range. Okay, so that is what we call explicit range checking. Now we'll check the implicit range checking. So means checking the range without using AND. So we are not going to use the AND, okay? So without using AND, we are checking the range here. So this should be like 49, huh? Okay, so let's try that. So in this case, what we will do is, so for example, I have a 90. So what I'm going to say is, okay, if it is more than 50, more than 90, that's it. I don't need to check the other one. And more than 70, more than 69. So what will happen if it is more than 90? So for sure it is less than 100, right? So if it comes here, it will be like this. If it is more than 70, then it should be like more than 70 and less than 89, less than 90. Because if it is equal to 90, it will come here and it will jump outside. So if it is more than 70, yeah, then it will definitely be less than 90. So we don't have to check that part. We are assuming that, okay, it is less than 90. And if it is like more than 50, so definitely if it comes here and it is true, then for sure it is less than 70. So otherwise it is fail. So let's try this 91. So if I run this program, it should give me A. Okay. And if it is like 89, oh, it is more than 70, but it is not here. It is not coming here. It is, so it should be B. And if it is like 69 or maybe 65, so it is more than 65? No. More than 50? Yes. So it should come in the C part, huh? C. And if it is like 50, it should come in the C. Okay, 50 because it is equal to 50. And if it is 49, it should come to F. So that is how, that is what we call implicit range checking. Okay, thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.